Welcome to Hacker Hacks, your go-to podcast for unraveling the latest in cybersecurity and hacking. In today's episode, we'll dive into critical vulnerabilities, government-targeted cyber attacks, and the evolving role of AI in defending against digital threats. From Uniswap wallet flows to geopolitical tensions reshaping cybersecurity strategies, we've got you covered. Stay tuned to learn how these events shape the future of cybersecurity. BitSlab's subsidiary Scalebit has identified a significant vulnerability in Uniswap's Web3 wallets, which could allow attackers with physical access to a user's device to bypass authentication and retrieve the wallet's seed phrase. The vulnerability exposes all stored assets as the seed phrase grants full control over the wallet. The issue persists even in the latest version of the app. Scalebit advises users to avoid lending their devices until a fix is issued. Uniswap has not yet commented on the vulnerability. This highlights ongoing security concerns in the Web3 space. The US Justice Department charged 3 Russian nationals, Roman Ostapenko, Alexander Olenek, and Anton Tarasov, for operating cryptocurrency mixers Blender.io and Sinbad.io, which were used for money laundering by cybercriminals, including ransomware groups. Ostapenko and Olenek were arrested in December 2024, while Tarasov remains at large. The mixers laundered funds from criminal activities like ransomware attacks, wire fraud, and cryptocurrency theft. Blender operated from 2018 to 2022, and Sinbad from 2022 until it was shut down in November 2023. The three face up to 20 years in prison for money laundering. A new cybersecurity threat is targeting YouTube's 2.5 billion users. Attackers are using the platform to distribute fake software installers via trusted hosting services, luring users with videos claiming to offer cracked software, or Pirate.io and Sinbad.io, which were used for money laundering by cybercriminals, including ransomware groups. Ostapenko and Olenek were arrested in December 2024, while Tarasov remains at large. The mixers laundered funds from criminal activities like ransomware attacks, wire fraud, and cryptocurrency theft. Blender operated from 2018 to 2022, and Sinbad from 2022 until it was shut down in November 2023. The three face up to 20 years in ed movies. The malicious links, often in video descriptions or comments, lead to downloads that steal sensitive data, including user credentials. These attacks evade detection by using large file sizes, password-protected zip files, and legitimate file sharing sites. YouTube users are advised to avoid seeking cracked software and to follow Google's malware protection guidelines. A critical vulnerability, CVE 2024-50603, in the Aviatrix controller cloud networking platform, rated with a CVSS score of 10.0, is being actively exploited to deploy backdoors and cryptocurrency miners. The flaw allows unauthenticated remote code execution due to insufficient input sanitization on API endpoints. Exploited in cloud environments, it can lead to privilege escalation, particularly in AWS, and has been used to deploy XMRig miners and Sliver command and control frameworks. Aviatrix has released patches for affected versions, and users are urged to apply them and restrict public access to the platform. President Biden is set to sign an executive order strengthening U.S. cybersecurity, focusing on AI-driven defense strategies and secure software development. The order mandates federal agencies and contractors to meet higher security standards, including the use of AI in cyber defense for sectors like defense and energy. It also requires software vendors to prove secure development practices with penalties for non-compliance. The order aims to address vulnerabilities exploited in recent Chinese-linked cyber attacks. However, analysts warn of challenges in implementation, including resource constraints and a talent shortage. The future impact remains uncertain under the incoming administration. Nominate the UK domain registry for. Co.uk Domains confirmed a cybersecurity incident linked to a recently exploited Ivanti VPN vulnerability. Hackers gained access to Nominet's systems through Ivanti's Connect Secure VPN software, exploiting a zero-day vulnerability before patches could be applied. Ivanti confirmed the issue last week with widespread compromises reported. Nominate, the first organization to publicly acknowledge being affected, stated it has no evidence of a data breach and has restricted VPN access while investigating the incident. A security flaw in the iPhone 15's USB-C port could allow hackers to install malicious code and access sensitive user data. Discovered by researcher Thomas Roth, the vulnerability targets the ACE3 controller chip, which manages charging and data transfer. Hackers could reprogram the chip to bypass security and control the device, potentially exposing private information like passwords, financial data, and personal messages. While the attack requires physical access to the device and specialized tools, it raises concerns about targeted attacks. Apple has not yet commented on the issue. Gravy Analytics, a major location data broker, disclosed a data breach that may have exposed precise location data for millions, including from mobile games, dating apps, and more. The breach involved unauthorized access to Gravy's AWS cloud storage, affecting sensitive locations like the White House, Kremlin, and military bases. The company is investigating the scope of the breach and whether personal data was involved. This follows Gravy's prior issues with the FTC, which had prohibited it from selling sensitive location data to businesses and government agencies like the IRS and FBI. The World Economic Forum's Global Cybersecurity Outlook 2025 inches report highlights that geopolitical tensions are intensifying cybersecurity challenges. Nearly 60% of organizations report that geopolitical issues affect their cybersecurity strategies, with concerns over cyber espionage, IP theft, and operational disruption. The rapid adoption of emerging technologies is creating new vulnerabilities. The report stresses the importance of shifting focus to cyber resilience and addressing disparities in preparedness, particularly between large and small organizations and different regions. It also highlights a growing cyber skills gap and increasing regulatory demands. Chinese cyber spies targeted several U.S. Treasury Department offices, including those responsible for foreign investments and sanctions, in a cyber attack revealed in December 2024. The breach was attributed to Chinese hackers using a compromised API key from Beyond Trust's remote management service. The attack compromised unclassified information from systems tied to the Committee on Foreign Investment, the Office of Foreign Assets Control, and other Treasury offices. Concerns have arisen that the hackers could exploit the stolen data for intelligence. This attack is linked to the Silk Typhoon Group associated with the Chinese government. That's it for today's episode of Hacker Hacks. As the digital frontier evolves, staying informed is our best defense. Remember, cybersecurity is not just about technology, but resilience. Catch us next time for more insights into the ever-changing world of hacking. Stay safe, stay vigilant.